Well, thank you very much. We are here today with Dale Schroeder, and he is one of the authors with the Game Changer book. So thank you for joining us, Dale. And I would love if you would share a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Professionally, I'm a licensed professional counselor and licensed marriage and family therapist. I've been in the psychotherapy field for a little over 30 years and started doing some inpatient work and in the hospital and day treatment programs. And the last 22 years, I've been in full-time private practice. My favorite is probably marriage and family work, and I just love working with couples. Personally, I've been married 33 plus years to my high school sweetheart.
Nice.
And we've got 2 grown kids, and both out of college. Amen.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
It has to be rewarding to work with couples and help them to have a stronger relationship. So share with me why you felt it was important to be one of the chapters of the Game Changer book.
Yeah. The Game Changer title, I think, just really struck me. And I think because at our church, I mean, we talk a lot about story and stories and doing life on life together, and just valuing, experiences in people's lives and being able to support, to support one another. Clinically, I've said for years, there's something about writing it down that makes it real. So for me personally, this was an opportunity to kind of reconnect with my own experience and really what God had walked us through during the miscarriage, and I guess being able to tie all of that together then with where I see Him leading me to work with singles again in the future. It just kind of came full circle for me.
That's great. So something that maybe you didn't include in the chapter, or give us a little extra detail if it is something that you did include in the chapter.
Yeah. Well, here, this would be an example of something not included. So we had our daughter first, and then about a year after she was born is when we suffered the miscarriage. And then after that, my son was born. And the birth itself was, he was fine without complication, but my wife sustained a femoral nerve injury during delivery. Which ultimately meant she was unable to walk or stand, for that matter, for almost 2 months. So I either wheeled her over to baby or carried baby over to her for the first few months, but she wasn't able to hold him and walk with him for nearly just a fraction over 2 months. So we had a 3-year-old at the time, and a newborn, and a lame wife.
Wow.
Not by her choice, of course.
A lot of stress.
But yeah, a lot of dependence again on family, and just that.
And
God
then
was in control of that.
Heal?
It eventually did. My wife's a physical therapist by training, so she'd actually seen and kind of helped rehab some of those injuries. Wow. So she says it's going to get better. It's just it's going to take several months to 6 months, and it'll happen when it happens. And so it was just kind of batten down the hatches for a little while.
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that.
Oh, yeah.
So in your chapter, what would you say your main message is?
Yeah, I think for me the idea that like the opening line in the chapter, I really have had a blessed life, and there wasn't much in my life prior to the miscarriage that was that difficult or that painful. So I had a theology that God has a plan and God is always at work. But this was the first real experience that tested that. So I guess my message is just that even if there seems to be no method to the madness of what's going on, he's still actively involved and can use that to be part of your story, not only for your own benefit and growth, but as a way to share that with others and maybe be a support or encouragement to them when they're going through their own trial.
Yeah. You when you go through something like that, you tend to learn how to be compassionate and not just say it's going to be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
No. And so for people that may want to read your chapter, and what would be the biggest takeaway that you would want them to understand? I know you kind of covered that. Is there anything else that you would want them to take away?
Yeah, I think, primarily just his faithfulness, but also, my desire for Christian singles especially is just that, God also has a plan and a desire for your relationships, and that's where, I think he's moving me to work on the pre-commitment side now of marriage, but that it's possible to understand what that plan is. It's possible to apply that. And I, said in the chapter that I've worked on the back end of struggle and in pain and conflict for 30 years. So I want people to know that it's possible on the front end before you get a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs into commitment in a relationship. That you can know what some principles are that can guide you out of settling or sabotaging or limiting your own choices.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. That's powerful. So if someone wanted to work with you or get to know you more, what would be the best way to get hold of you?
Yeah. There's a couple of websites. My clinical site is schroederfamilycounseling.com. The new coaching, singles coaching website is going to be partnersonpoint.com, and I guess I can be reached on Facebook at Partners on Point again. And I'm happy to do consults. I've got a line for that if folks just want to inquire, and I can be reached at that number as well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, and congratulations once again for being part of the Game Changer book.
Thank you. My pleasure. Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.